Parashat Beha'alotcha takes us back to the Israelite journey in the wilderness, as first encountered at the beginning of the book of Numbers. It marks the onset of the Israelites' wanderings, also describe their order of march. We would then come to two verses that are enclosed by the letter Nun, large and inverted on either side, seemingly like parentheses. Quote, when the ark was to set out, Moses would say, "Advance, O Lord, may your enemies be scattered, and may your foes flee before you." And then it halted, and then we say, "Return, O Lord, you who are Israel's myriads of thousands," end quote. Why is this particular passage uniquely marked and inserted at this point of the Israelite travelogue and not at the beginning of the book of Numbers? Avner Moriah's painting for this parasha hints at the answer. We are invited here to join the tribes in their challenging trip in the desert. The picture we see here describes the Israelites' march when the ark was to set out. The painting is divided into two registers to be followed from right to left, top to bottom. Against a white, non-background amorphous space, we see the marching tribes advancing on a very narrow brown band, alluding to the transitory nature of their wandering. They have left the safety of their encampment and are now moving on, each in position in a much more exposed way to all the dangers of travel in the hostile lands of the wilderness. Moreover, the Israelites are out of sight of the tabernacle and other tribes. The portrayal on the far right of the top register is the tabernacle with the cloud of God rising above it. The tribe of Judah is leading the march. Then we see 4 priests dressed in red striped gowns, which distinguishes the Levites from the other tribes that follow then the tribe of Reuben. The priests are carrying the ark on their shoulders by means of the permanently attached staves, badim. The winged cherubim on the ark cover, the kaporet, are facing each other. The lower register continues the procession, showing the tribes of Ephraim and Dan ahead and behind 2 wagons being pulled by oxen, which are carrying the other tabernacle furnishings. This scene of the continuing procession hints at Moses' prayer at the journey's beginning. The journey begins and strongly felt the need of God's protection for the people marching with the ark. Moses approaches the holy ark and entreats God to rise up, Kuma, along with the cloud and scatter the Israelites' enemies, who are also his enemies. The marked passage concluding verse implores God again, return, Shuva, that is, to rest and reside among the nation of the many thousands of Israelites who, with his help, will swell in numbers. The content and embracing frame of Numbers 10:35 to 36, those verses we read, implied that Moses, like people do today when they're going on trip and they say Tfilat HaDerech, so did Moses repeat this prayer every time the ark set out on a journey and then rested. Interestingly, in today's synagogue service, the first verse is recited when the Torah scroll is taken out of the ark, and the second verse is said when the scroll is returned. Thus, we join Moses in honoring the important plea to God to keep protecting us.